just, moving on to another striker. Obviously, Harry Kane's injured at the moment, but the talk was there's always a Arsenal and Spurs rivalry going on.
Yeah.
And one of the Arsenal man was firing shots, saying that has Kane gone backwards over the last couple of years?
Okay.
And it got me thinking, man. It got me thinking because he does seem now to be getting more injuries now than he was before. And is he as reliable as he was before? You see, he comes back for things like the Champions League final, and then you actually, a lot of people, me being one of them, and even Spurs fans were like, no, he should not have
started that. No way.
Everybody knows.
And then there was even times last season where when he was coming back from injury, he was actually, the team stopped performing, and they were performing better when he was out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jason, what's your view on... What's happening, people? Yes, you are back to Everyone's a Pundit, and this is episode 29. If you're new to the channel, people, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And please, people, regulars, newcomers, hit that like button, please. Thank you very much. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch today. If you're not following us on the social, please, on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, at Views TV Official. If you're watching, you'll see up there the tags. And for all of you audio listeners, this will be up on SoundCloud and Spotify, and you can catch us at Views Football Podcast. Yeah, man, let me introduce my guys. So to my right, we have...
Dashiki Dash, aka Mr. Dash Active TV. Let's go.
And to my left, you done know already.
Boom bam bing, Mr. Jason Alex. Come on.
Come on.
No.
So yeah, man, I got the two Arsenal fans back in the house again today. But first of all, before we get into the show, Dash, tell us a little bit. So, as you said, you got Dash of Sports.
Yes, a Dash of Sports. My little show that's coming up. Just a platform to be able to discuss all things sports related, football, boxing, MMA, a bit of wrestling as well. I'll throw that in there. So I'm just looking to start that up in probably 2 weeks time.
2 weeks,
March
yeah.
Times, yeah.
It's a shame you didn't get it started now, boy.
Yeah.
That Wilder and Fury fight would have been live.
I'll definitely be touching on that because there's still a lot to be talked about, the aftermath and stuff like that. So yeah, that's going to be coming up soon.
Wicked. Well, I'm going to put the socials for Dash of Sports is right below. Go and follow that if you're not already. What is it?
_dash_of_sports.
For your audio listeners, jump on the IG and follow that and follow the movement.
So like day-to-day updates and stuff like that.
Yeah. Page looks brilliant, man. So it would have been good because obviously Fury won, people.
Hey, been a good day, you know. Been a good day today.
It has
for the UK.
Yeah, man.
And I'm Semps. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a Man United fan, and this is the first time I've worn my Man United colours on this.
Saying this today. Man United must be doing good for you today.
We're going to discuss. Let's go into the order of the show. So we're going to discuss Man United win 2 on the bounce. I can't believe it. Arsenal still unbeaten.
And that's 2 on the bounce for us as well.
Okay. All right. 2 on the bounce for you. Okay. Has Harry Kane gone backwards over the last couple of years? We're going to discuss VAR and the potential new rules for next season, or them changing the rules. And we'll also discuss the Chelsea and Spurs game. That was the lunchtime kickoff this weekend or last weekend by the time you watch this. Also, for any people that are looking to buy or sell a house, go and follow Cole Harding 1 on Instagram. They're an estate agency in Tottenham. Very good friend of mine is the owner of that. So go and follow their page And don't forget to hit them up if you've got any property needs in and around the Tottenham area. Okay? But let's get into the show, guys. So, yeah, Man United win 2 on the bounce.
Happy boy.
Yeah,
You see
man.
you smiled for a long
I
time.
reckon you need to lead on this, man. You talk.
Oh, God.
Let me sip my
Did I tell
wine.
you that last week at the Chelsea game?
Yeah.
I did say I didn't think they were going to beat you.
Yeah, because we haven't had the podcast since the Chelsea game. Jason was up here saying that we would draw though. So now he wants to try and flip
No.
it.
I didn't think you'd win, but I didn't think they'd beat you.
Yeah, boy. Well, boy, look, that Chelsea game, yeah, I'll be honest.
How was you feeling?
I thought we would get beat 2-0.
Yeah.
I thought we would get beat 2-0. So when we've actually won, I'm just a little bit like, And it was actually a decent performance,
Yeah, it was,
man. It was a decent away performance. The first half didn't really have much in it.
Nah.
You know, they was still lacking quality from both teams, really. Both teams, you can see, are struggling for form. But then a moment of quality and brilliance between Wan-Bissaka and Martial. My guy, AM9. To all of you AM9 haters, keep hating, because as you keep hating, he keeps scoring, baby. He keeps scoring.
Yeah.
And even the Man United clowns out there that want to get on his back, I don't even want to hear you that try to sing his name now, because that was and you know what it is, yeah, with Man United we don't score team goals. We're always relying on that moment of brilliance, individual brilliance.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean when people are knocking Martial. Like now, if you deep it, I believe I heard today that Martial has the same amount or maybe more goals than Rashford has from open play.
Okay.
Because obviously Rashford's knocked in a few penalties. And Martial was injured for 2 months. People forget that.
That's true, yeah.
People forget Martial was injured for 2 months. He was, and before he got injured, he was doing bits. So that was a moment of brilliance, man. Wan-Bissaka's cross, Martial's head. Bruno, you can just see he oozes class.
Yeah, he's definitely made a difference.
He has.
And that shows quality in itself when a player can come in and just blend in straight away and be able to get the team ticking over.
Man. I think the sign of a great player is when they're making moves before they receive the ball. They already know 2-3 passes ahead. Do you know what I mean? And I remember one point he received the ball in some tight area, and it was a boop, and he already knew what he was going to do before he received the ball.
I even think a sign of a great player is when the other teams recognise that this is the go-to guy, because the ball's now being played through him.
Everything's going through him, or trying to, but we're still not getting him on the ball enough in the right areas.
That'll take time, though.
That will come with coaching that we seem to be lacking. But yeah, man, it was a decent team performance. We had good energies. One of the things I said on here was that I thought after the winter break is that we will come out and be lethargic.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
That's what I thought. I thought we'll be lethargic and slow, away game. Do you know what I mean? Where we've struggled on the road. But we was different, man. Especially in the second half, there was a spell in the second half where we was giving it to them. We were literally giving it to them
out at one point.
You know, and obviously we had a little bit of VAR incidences in there as well.
My goodness.
You know, but offside is offside.
Yeah.
The only one that is debatable was the push. You know,
a push and a push.
Yeah. I think it was the right decision personally. I think where they did get it wrong was
the first push wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't anything. But Aspilicueta has got 2 hands, pushed man over. I think I think that was the right call. But the Harry Maguire one now,
man, when they compare it with Son and him, it's very similar.
Very similar.
I don't know how.
When I saw the replay I was like, oh, he's getting sent off.
You reckon the reputation counts for a bit?
This is what I mean in football, man. That's what I'm saying. Football's a joke thing, because there's politics and all of that involved. Because
Maguire's not that type of player.
Yeah, because if that was another type of player now, like for example, suppose that was Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
You think Wayne Rooney ain't getting sent off?
But then it's a weird one, because Son is not that type of player, and he got.
But I think Son's was actually worse than Maguire's when I look at it. I think that Son's was a little bit more bait. Yeah, like Maguire's was off the pitch as well, innit? Maybe that played a part as well.
Maybe.
But yeah, man. So we had a good win there. Obviously, that's 3 times we've beaten them this season. You know, Ollie's got Frank's number, boy. And then we move on to today, a game that we struggled to win this season. I heard the statistic. I can't remember what it was, but the percentage of our points are made up of beating teams or getting points in and around us.
Okay.
Not the teams like Watford, and they're the ones who we struggled with all seasons. Where we've got your points is against your Arsenals, your Spurses, your Leicesters, and
as it is
Wolves
usually,
and
you get the points from like your closest rivals and stuff like that, and then
well, no, what you're meant to do really is you beat the lower teams, and then if you can win your home games against the big teams and nick a draw away, then you try and do that, innit?
And now I'm talking about like as of late in terms of our clubs.
Yeah, because we all
like
seem
that.
to be struggling against the lower teams. But yeah, man, so to be honest with you, like watching it, Watford were all over us. They were looking like the team that were going to score. And then it was just looking like much of the same, man. You know, side to side, not penetrating, no cohesion. And again, we're just relying on individual brilliance. So like,
But the goal was from
Penalty.
Fernandes driving through, though, being a bit direct.
yeah. And again, it's him.
Yeah.
It's not like we're moving the defense and then we're doing that defense splitting pass and we're cutting them open.
Yeah.
It's the same thing over and over again, and that's what's frustrating. But we got the break. We need to score first in these type of games. We got the goal, and then from then it was a wrap, boy. We were comfortable.
Watford just caved in.
I wouldn't say they caved in, but we were just comfortable. Yeah, we played well. You know, Luke Shaw's having a good few games. Matic has been good since he's come back. Fred had his worst game today that he has in a very long time. They were really on him, hurrying him. He was a little bit like how he was before, getting rushed off the ball, misplaced passes. So he didn't have a good game today, Fred. Bruno was good. And Martial's goal.
I'm just fixing my lips to say that. I think that's what
let me sip my water again.
It was a demoralising goal, man.
Let me sip my water. Martial haters.
Oh yeah, I see, because I saw his video he uploaded.
Mate.
Martial haters. And then you got the hater man talking about, it's only taken him 4 years to do it. And I'm just like, salty. You want some chips with that salt?
It comes with confidence, though. I think a sign of a striker, when you're confident, you do things like that. You know what I mean? I think he's been waiting to be that number 9 for the club. And when you give a player how can I put it? If you give them the license to be that guy, yeah, man, that's what you see. Those are the type of goals that you see.
He's a bad man. Martial is a bad man. The problem with us, I need to find this picture and I'm going to post it up again. At the very beginning of these EAP series, I posted a picture on our IG that talked about him being the most prolific striker in the Premier League.
You did say that.
I need to find it because it's like people don't understand football. A striker can only score goals when he has chances. And all of the top strikers, they're not creating chances from themselves all of the time. You know, we might as well talk about Haaland today as well, because I know you love Haaland.
That's my guy.
But Haaland gets a lot of one-touch I'm not saying tap-ins, but one-touch finishes for Dortmund, and he can score. I'm not saying he can't score them goals.
Banger, right?
He scored a banger.
Yeah.
But strikers, you need chances. You need service.
Yeah.
We don't provide our strikers, and this is why Lukaku's gone now, and he's banging in bare goals but he weren't banging in bare goals last season. And I always said that first season when Lukaku scored the amount of goals he did, he scored the most Premier League goals than he's ever scored in a team that don't create an attack, and that's what it is.
West Brom, Everton, they served him up. They put it on a plate for him, so he's going to score goals.
That's what you got to do. So until we get a better manager and a better way of playing, Martial is going to struggle because he's not getting enough chances. Because your Salahs, Aguero's, all of these man, they miss chances, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Even your Aubameyangs, you know what I mean. Them man miss chances.
They do.
But then the haters, as soon as Martial misses a chance, you see, like when he missed the one against Liverpool, and then a week later, Aubameyang went and missed that. I can't remember who it was against when he did that sky. You know, one shot.
Was it Burnley? Was it the Burnley game?
Was
it away?
Yeah.
And he shot
completely
for Burnley.
Yeah. And then I was just like, so what does that mean that Aubameyang's
Yeah,
rubbish
you
now?
was,
Do you know what I
you was
mean?
waiting for that.
Yeah, man. So
waiting for that.
it's just the haters out there, innit? But and Greenwood, it's just funny how when the season plays out, you know, you got Spurs man that are out there that are watching this that will talk about them having the second best squad in the league at the beginning of the season. Jason knows the man them there that were talking that talk. You know, when every man were trying to get onto me in the groups talking about, oh, look at your strike force. Oh, that doesn't scare me. All of that, yeah. And then I'm trying to say we got Mason Greenwood. Yeah. You want Mason Greenwood on loan?
There's a lot of excited Man United fans out, you know, excited about
Mason is bad. Maybe Spurs. Do you want him on loan? Spurs fans.
I think they'll take anyone right now.
Yeah, you want Mason Greenwood on loan? What's this parrot guy saying?
Apparently they're not saying he's up to scratch.
He's not up to scratch?
Yeah, he's not up to scratch.
Raw.
Yeah, which is, I don't want to touch on it for too long, which is a bit of a... I don't understand it, how a club doesn't have a young buck coming through.
How old is Parrot?
He's 18.
18.
Yeah. 18-year-old, you should be busting through right now.
You should.
Of course, 18.
Yeah, man.
Mason Greenwood is younger.
Yeah. It's a bit mad over there still.
But yeah, let's not give them too much
spotlight
man.
right so, Man United win 2 on the bounce. Now, we've done the 2 on the bounce before, and then we dropped at the third hurdle. And
next?
Everton.
Home away.
Everton away.
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
So this is where that's probably gonna go clear.
Today, you know?
Yeah, boy. You know. So we can actually. Well, first of all, actually, just for anybody that are watching, what do you think is gonna happen with Man United now? Because we've done the 2 on the bounce again. We've rose to the challenge against the big team in Chelsea. And we've got some big games coming up. We've got City, we've got Spurs. Do you think that we can get over the line against Everton and then go on a bit of a run? Or do you think it's going to be much of the same? Well, another good thing Man United fans would have seen today, Jesse Lingard and Andreas Pereira dropped out of the squad.
Jay Lings.
So,
is he still Jay Lings?
Yeah, I don't think he's promoting that too much at the moment because
you gotta drop that name.
He's struggling, and then man were dropped today. Scott McTominay came back into the squad, and
Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, I can't even back him anymore, man. He's really poor, and Andreas Pereira is really poor. So I'm glad to see Ollie drop them, but man like Daniel James needs to hold bench.
Oh, he's just not doing it right now.
He's not doing it.
He ain't been doing it for months and months, Dash.
I thought he was the new gigs.
I thought he started off pretty well.
He did start off pretty well. He ain't scored since August.
I thought he was the new gigs.
Nah, man, he ain't the new gigs. He ain't the new gigs. Daniel James needs to hold a bench. But yeah, man, we'll segue into Arsenal now.
Hey.
And then you lot. So yeah, Jason, you was at the game. Still no footage, so we don't know whether he was really at the game.
Don't let him do that.
But he says he was at the
game.
Check
my Insta highlights.
Check your Insta highlights. Yeah. All right, we're gonna check it. Talk to us then, Jason. If he was at the game, what went well today with Arsenal? What didn't? Your camera's over there and your mic's there. what went well? Talk it to the mic, Jason. Talk it to the
mic. It can pick me up. Pick me up. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Like, obviously, I got in the game pretty late today. I didn't even know we was 1-0 down at one point.
Raw, black man timing, you know. Black man timing. You didn't even see that. You ain't even seen Garvin Lewis goal.
Bro, I was walking up steps and I thought I heard something, yeah? But I thought it was a train. But it must have been when they scored. So I've got in there, sitting there, taking my seat. We're playing, whatever. I said, just look at the screen to your right, because we got 2 screens, one in the south bank, one in the north, in the corners.
Yeah, we got screens.
So I looked at the screen to my right now,
on TV,
it's quickly flashed up the score and gone off onto something else, like the team, like the
team selection.
Yeah, whatever. I was like, did I just see 1-0 Everton? I'm like, nah.
It was mad.
Then it came back on. I was like, what?
In the first minute.
Yeah, I was like, when did we score? So obviously, Henry checked his phone and it was Calvert-Lewin. And I was like, oh my days. Anyway, we grew into the game. There's certain parts that, like, we could have defended better on set pieces. You get me? Especially, like, with their second goal. You know, we should be defending better, but we did well to get back in. Saka came on for Kolasinac because he got injured, shoulder.
Oh, he came on?
Yeah, he came on.
Yeah.
And and set up our first 2 goals.
Whipped it in.
Yeah,
Whippy 99.
a good
Mr. Whippy.
a good take from Nketiah.
Yeah.
That was a good finish. Then he put a Aubameyang through. He finished that. There's moments in the game, especially in the second half, where, as you probably saw, Dash, that Everton were kind of on us, especially in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We couldn't really get out.
It was a. Do you know what? Richarlison was causing us problems on the right hand side. He's left, and between him and Bellerin and Mustafi, they just couldn't pick him up.
Yeah.
And every time Bellerin was so far up or high up, it left
massive
Mustafi
gaps.
exposed.
There was a massive
and
gap
the
there.
amount of times that Calvert-Lewin was able to nick in at the front post, I'm surprised he didn't get more goals today, man. Everton really played well.
Yeah, they had a few chances, didn't they?
So what happened with the first goal? Obviously, like I said, I missed it. So
Yeah, the ball was just played across, basically played across over. Crossed in, and then no one's just picking up their players. They just nodded back, and then some elaborate
overhead kick.
Overhead.
Yeah, it's extravagant.
I don't even know what, because I was up here even like saying I don't rate Calvert-Lewin. So I don't know. He must rate himself, boy, because he even tried that.
I was impressed by him. He had a lot of good movement, especially he kept attacking that front post because Richarlison just kept whipping it front post, and there was a few times David Luiz was literally chasing him down to the last second to try and nip in, and it would either just evade his toe or he just missed the ball. So it was one.
That's what I mean about coaching and passage of play that you don't see in a Man United game. That when you just simple. This player's going to cross it and he's going to run to the near post. It's something that they've obviously been working on in training. Something so simple.
Definitely underrated that just going to the byline, crossing it in. The player that I feel that's done that the best and like for a long while is Giroud. He loves attacking that near post. It's so underrated where you can just nick in front of a defender and just nick it.
Yeah, man.
But today was a weird one. We was just talking about this off camera before, and you know, I'm actually happy that I'm here today because the last time I was here, we were talking about Everton, Arsenal, and I felt like I didn't back my manager fully. So I'm gonna start
did
now.
you get some heat?
Hold on, give me my moment.
Did you get some heat?
Give me my moment. I didn't get no heat.
Some man gave him some heat.
El Jefe, El Patron, Mikel Arteta. Yeah, big up yourself. But defensively, we've been doing well. I think today we lacked in that quality defensively. So where we've been playing defensively well is kind of neglected our attacking. But today we didn't defend so well and we got bailed out from our attacking. Because our goals were quite against run of play. We scored. Aubameyang scored twice. There was one that Pepe crossed it in, and you know Aubameyang just
shout out to Pepe, by the way.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like passage of plays where you thought to yourself you can see something. Even Saka's cross to Eddie. Big up Eddie. Eddie.
Hit the bar.
Eddie
hit the bar as well.
Yeah. So we got bailed out for attack plays. So,
boy, at least you lot got man that you lot can bring back from loan, boy. That's where he was on loan, innit?
Yeah, he was on loan. It didn't work out for him there.
Yeah, but you lot was able to bring him back. What? Spurs ain't got no loan, man. They can bring back.
I don't know what they got out there, but
right
now it's peak for them. But yeah, for us, it was one of them games that defensively we fell back to our kind of old ways, if we want to say that, because as of late we got to give Mustafi his props. He's been doing well. Man even dyed his hair.
Sorry, I was just about to comment. I don't know what that's about. That's your team. That's your team players there.
You know.
That's your team players there.
A few games that you're doing well in, and all of a sudden now I come with the blonde.
I just hope he continues with that performance because he's gonna get gunned if he starts dropping back.
He needs to, because that hairstyle is whack. Let's call it how it is.
Yeah, it looked like he put a bag of flour on his head.
Alarm. As long as he's performing.
Listen, he's been performing. So today was a bit of a like, yo, they're going back to old ways. But after the mistake initially, he was headering it. He was first to the ball. His positioning was really good. Although I was scared for him against Richarlison because as he got him one-on-one, he was always crossing. Richarlison was always getting the crossing. So yeah, it was a tense game, man. But we fought well, we fought hard, and we got the 3 points. So We're in and around there, man.
Well, yeah. You know, I actually thought that you lot was going to be closer to Spurs after today's win. You're still 3 points behind now.
Again?
Yeah, no. I didn't know that you was that far though. I thought that you was closer.
And how many points are you ahead?
We're 1 point ahead of Spurs now. We're in fifth now. We're in that Champions League spot.
It's the draws that's kind of killed us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're still unbeaten under Arteta, right?
Yeah.
I think just stemming on from our last conversation, especially with the two teams that play today, Arsenal and Everton, I think we're still heading in the right direction. And I still stick by that. I think, the whole conversation about Ancelotti and Arteta, or whether or not Arsenal should have got an experienced manager, I think today showed or the last two games even, that he's really adapted well. I like the fact that he's put Ceballos in there now. He's a bit more mobile in terms of getting the ball around, and then chopping and changing between Torreira.
Did Lacazette start today?
Didn't.
He didn't come on.
Which I think is doing him well. I think that he just needs to fight.
Well, he shouldn't be playing. Is the
I think he would have came on today if it wasn't for that injury to
We spent our subs in that retrospect. But then it gives a man like Eddie Nketiah the confidence that's needed, because we're gonna need goals.
Yeah,
and that was a good goal he scored.
Man. And that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about the near post kind of thing, because it is literally the ball's whipped in. It's an inviting cross. If you can't tap that away. And then, like you said, man, hit the crossbar. I thought that was in as well. So, but Aubameyang's goals today, the first one was Henry-esque. Good through ball from David Luiz, who ran across, but celebrating that assist. He knew it was a good ball. And the header, man, Pepe crossed it in. So we did well today, man.
So Pepe got an assist,
got an assist for the third goal.
Didn't play too well.
No, he didn't.
He was giving the ball away. Lost the ball a bit of the time, but...
He had one of them games.
Consistency is just needed from him.
I guess we're having a lot of them games with him, no? I'll be a look. I know there's a lot of talk and a lot of banter and everything surrounding Pepe, but his performances have not lit up the place.
It hasn't lit up.
I don't think any Arsenal fan is going to turn around and back it to that degree. But,
maybe Jason.
No, what I would say is
he's here right now. He's back.
What I would say is because he's new to the league. I'm giving him that time to bed in. You get what I'm saying? Next season, I expect more.
Oh yeah, you'll be Pepe out, innit?
No, I won't be Pepe out. But what
Twitter hashtag
what I expect Pepe to be doing next season is running at his defenders more, because that's what he's not doing at the moment. He gets the ball and he'll run, then he'll stop and do a little shimmy, then just tap it to the next man.
Listen, he's contributing with the assists now. He's getting a couple goals. We'll see how
many assists he got? Six assists, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. More than Saka, but
that's not bad. That's not bad.
But overall, today was a good game. Good 3 points. We're heading in the right direction. And like I said, man, big up Arteta, El Jefe, El Patron, the boss.
This guy.
Yes, Dash.
Jason's happy to have Dash up here, boy.
Yes, Dash.
Come on, man. That's our boss right there, man.
Alright, so anyway, leave some comments in the section below about what your feelings are about Arteta and also Lacazette. I think he's washed. I think he probably needs to go in the summer. But yeah, let us know what you think. And then, man, we'll go on to the next topic now. Yeah, man, so we'll move on to the next topic. And there was just a discussion that was going on in one of my football groups in the week regarding Harry Kane. So if we were just, moving on to another striker, obviously Harry Kane's injured at the moment. But the talk was there's always a Arsenal and Spurs rivalry going on. And one of the Arsenal man was firing shots saying that has Kane gone backwards over the last couple of years?
Okay.
And it got me thinking, man. Because he does seem now to be getting more injuries now than he was before. And is he as reliable as he was before? You see, he comes back for things like the Champions League final, and then you actually... A lot of people, me being one of them, and even Spurs fans were like, "No, he should not have
started that. No way."
Everybody knows.
And then there was even times last season where, when he was coming back from injury, he was actually, the team stopped performing and that they were performing better when he was out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jason, what's your view on that?
The thing with Harry Kane, I think for this season and last season, he had like long-term injuries, didn't he?
Yeah.
So obviously that affected, let's say, his stats. Don't get me wrong, I still think Harry Kane is a quality striker. He's a quality striker, but is he a man that's going to stay fit all season? It doesn't look like it from what we've seen for the past 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? So to rely on someone like Harry Kane, considering you may think he's probably one tackle away from a long-term injury.
Wasn't that hamstrings now? Is it his hamstring?
I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, he's kept him out for the whole season.
It's usually his ankle or something like that.
Yeah, it was his ankle last year, wasn't
Now
it?
it's his hamstring.
To say has he gone backwards, it'd be hard to tell because you don't get a full season out of him now.
Yeah.
So his stats don't really show what it would have showed if he had a full season because he's out injured. I mean, what was it? Was it last season? How many goals did he get last year? He got quite a lot of goals. And he may have, well, it's all good saying he may have, but he had a good chance of probably finishing top goal scorer if he stayed fit.
Yeah, that's the issue now. With him, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a hard one to say whether or not he's gone backwards, man. I'll have to see him fit all season. And see what his stats saying after that.
Yeah, what do you reckon, Dash?
I still think he's a man that when he comes back from injuries, he's still banging in the goals. And he has that purple patch like near towards the end of the season, which kind of is a bit of a...
He starts scoring hat tricks
a
in
bit
games
of
and all
a
that.
smoke screen in terms of his actual stats. It's like when it comes to like the last 2 weeks, all of a sudden he's scoring 4 goals against
when the games are dead and that.
But has he gone backwards? I think is a question which is a bit difficult to answer because of his injuries. I think that's just based on it. A striker that I would compare in terms of gaining injuries as much as probably he is Aguero. And you see the difference when Aguero gets injured and he comes back, he's always firing straight away and his stats is always high. But it's not long term. But unfortunately for Kane, he always suffers long term injuries. So as he gets older now, it's going to be more difficult to recover from these injuries. And now if it's a hamstring injury that he's suffering, and it's not just like ankles and stuff like that.
So he's ruptured a tendon in his left hamstring.
So it could even go down to like that kind of Michael Owen situation where like after a bad hamstring injury, you start being less explosive.
Very good point.
And he wasn't the most explosive in the first place.
Yeah, he has a little zip to his acceleration, but he ain't gonna be burning, man. But it's just a weird
26.
one. Like his injuries they come at such weird times, and then to say he's gone backwards, I don't think that would be a fair enough assumption. I think that the fact that because he gets injured, long-term injuries, not just like muscle strain or here or there, long-term injury like ankle done, hamstring popped. It's very difficult.
Yeah, I agree with what both of you have said. Actually, I think Harry Kane. If we're looking at injuries, if we're looking at his stats for 17-18, so he bagged 41 goals in 48 appearances across all comps. Yeah, that's 17-18. So that's 48 appearances. In 18-19. Harry Kane, 40 appearances and 24 goals. So when you look at that, then you're thinking, maybe he has. But then, so far this season, before he got injured, he was 17 goals in 25 appearances. That's a great run rate there. So he could well have done. If he didn't get injured from the second half of the season, he could have done bits. I think you're allowed. And last season, even though he had like a certain amount of appearances, he did have injury. The season before, he didn't have no injuries. When I watch Harry Kane, I still see the quality in him. I still see the techers. And again, it just goes back to me. When you're a striker, you need to be in a team where there's a cohesive style of play and a team that's doing well. Like the Liverpool system feeds their strike.
I think the Tottenham system is well suited for him. I think that's always been a debate whether or not he would be successful anywhere else because.
But Tottenham have had their problems this season.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Course,
and even in the latter stages of last season, they've had their problems.
The whole Champions League
and we all as football fans, have to acknowledge the fact that certain players can only do so much. Not every player is a Ronaldo or a Lionel Messi or an Mbappe or someone. When you're them type of players where you're going to be able to beat a couple man or whatever, you can create stuff yourself. But when you're a player like Harry Kane, again, you're going to need
to be fed.
You're going to need to be fed. And is Harry Kane a man that misses loads of chances? I don't think so. From the games that I watch, I don't see him missing loads of chances. So if he gets chances, he will score goals. And I just think that Spurs have had their own issues, which have contributed to maybe him not scoring as many goals. And then he's had the injuries on top of that. So
do you think he's been overused?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Contributing to his injuries?
Yeah, man.
And he doesn't get rotated. He
don't get rotated.
It's crazy.
It's really bad.
It's crazy.
The situation with Spurs is quite. It's really bad because we've said it for many years, like why Spurs don't buy a striker that is competing for the number one spot. I think Sonny's definitely coming to his own now, and he's definitely shown his importance to the team.
Yeah, but Son, everyone's like the Spurs man at the moment now, like. Our two best strikers are out the game. They're not playing. I'm like, Son ain't a striker.
He's a winger.
I'm like, when did Son turn into a striker? Do you know what I mean?
That's just shows you like his importance.
What
they recognise. But it's a difficult one. I think a team the size of Spurs should be having a young buck coming through the ranks. To alleviate that. Who else is pushing through to alleviate the...
It makes no sense. And then in the transfer market, you have a chance to get Giroud. And I don't know what happened there. But Giroud weren't playing at Chelsea.
Yeah, they had the opportunity, right? To get him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Chelsea wanted to sell.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they've got a bad relationship, haven't they?
See,
wasn't it a situation where they were trying to see whether or not they can get someone in?
Who, Chelsea?
Yeah, Chelsea were trying to get someone
in before.
Yeah, before they can, because otherwise they would just be left with Tammy Abraham and
and that's why.
Let's try and alright, boy, don't even want to talk about him.
Yeah, man.
I think Drew will get more chances at Chelsea now, though.
Yeah.
Between now and the end of the season.
Well, we can even segue into that Chelsea and Spurs game that's just happened now. You know, and obviously. Frank made a lot of changes. He brought in Mason Mount, he brought in Barkley, and he brought in Giroud. Now, Giroud, I can't understand why man ain't been playing anyway, and Frank's, I think, has to hold his hands up here.
I think his reliance, sorry to cut you off, his reliance on trying to push the it's all good trying to push the youth, but you can't just do it all the way.
Yeah. You need some experienced heads in there.
Some may even say that David Luiz, like getting rid of him, was maybe a bit too premature.
Yeah.
Like, however you want to see David Luiz as a defender or not, but you always need experience in the team. And I think with the likes of Giroud, with the experience that he has, the season previous, winning the Europa League and stuff like, you've got to have him leading the line at some point. Given the fact that you've only got Tammy Abraham, who's not done it in the Premier League, and you're relying on him to be your spearhead, it's a bit weird. He has to hold up his hand, definitely.
So, but they won 2-1. Could have been more convincing than that in the end, to be honest. They were the better team. And yeah, man, Jose keeps losing to Lampard.
Yeah, man, done him over, man. The apprentice.
Yeah, boy.
The sensei.
And when you watch, like, they were analysing, Martin Keown was analysing on Match of the Day, and even I'm watching the game anyway, and I'm just seeing so much similarities in the way Man United was under.
The long balls and still playing it simple.
Yeah, man.
100%.
Yeah, and side to side and players going backwards and not being able to express themselves. And we know that Spurs don't have Harry Kane and don't have Son, but does that mean that the
We
football
said it.
needs to be the way it
We said
is?
it last time. We said that eventually Jose Mourinho will revert back to what is comfortable for him. It's about not losing games.
Yep.
He goes with that mantra first. Like, if you don't lose games, if you don't concede goals, that's what he always says. If you don't concede goals, then you don't lose games. So he sets up that way. Now that he ain't got no strikers, Spurs fans, you're really gonna have to put, like, you know, bite the bullet on this one, because you're gonna be seeing a lot of stuff.
But look at this though. Look at this. I remember at the beginning of the season we talked about who will keep the most clean sheets and all of that. I said Man United. People laughed at me. Yeah, it was still a bad call. But look at Spurs. Spurs have conceded 36 goals.
Yep.
36 goals.
And this is very similar to the United days, because when he went there and he was conceding goals, what did he do the following season?
Yep.
He started being like, listen, I don't want to concede goals.
Yep. And then you just go ultra defensive, because 36, and this is with Jose's coming. He's been there for a hot minute now, you know.
Yeah.
And this is with a defensive coach. So with your defensive coach, you're still conceding and you're not scoring. It's like, it don't. But then now the Spurs, Arsenal conceded as well, 36. But you lot have always had problems at the back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's more the fact that Jose's a defensive coach, and
that's the point I was about to say,
he's not improved that side. You know, Man United 29 goals we've conceded.
You know what's funny is when they got him the gas coming from these Spurs
100%.
fans when they signed Jose.
Yeah.
I was like, you know something, and obviously, yeah, he's won it all, he's done it and stuff, but he's not the same guy he was back then.
He's not.
And I saw that from when he managed your club.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And they saw that.
Yeah.
When
This is what we keep saying though. Like,
they saw that when he managed my club.
They don't want to admit the fact that when he was at United, they were dissing him. We were all dissing him. The style of play, especially when you're managing a top club.
Yeah.
Now, if you consider yourself a top club, and the style of football that he would eventually be playing at Spurs, if he does go down that route, you can't be supporting that.
And you know what? But we have to forgive them. It's the hope. It's the hope that they're holding on to. These Spurs, man.
You can get them a trophy.
And this is it. Like, with all banter aside, innit? They ain't tasted that trophy, that winning.
That one goes without saying. Is like, even like as an Arsenal man, you'll sit there, you look at them, you're thinking, you know what, they could eventually win a trophy with Jose Mourinho.
But what trophy can you see him actually winning for them though? I can't see it.
FA Cup?
I can't see it.
Maybe not now because they ain't got the strikers, but
I don't think he'll win one this season. Somebody said the other day they think I don't think he'll win anything
maybe
this
not this
season.
It's a bit.
And the thing is now is with the League Cup is you've got Man City that always do well in it.
Yeah.
And it's a lottery, that one, innit? They could win the League Cup. The FA Cup, I don't think. The FA Cup is a hard competition to win, to be fair. And they ain't gonna win the league, and they ain't gonna win the Champions League. So it's FA Cup or League Cup, and then he'll go next season. He'll go like all out. You'll see him playing strong teams in one of those competitions. Or you know, they may be in Europa next year.
It'd be interesting,
and then he could go all out for the Europa.
It'd be interesting to see what he does in the market in the summer. Yeah, whether or not he's going to be allowed to really.
This is going to be the interesting part.
January wasn't.
This is going to be the Jose saga part 2 coming up now. Is transfer window.
Funny boy.
You know. So yeah, man. I think Chelsea they got the win, they got the W, but they're going to drop more points.
Yeah.
They're going to drop more points. There's still going to be an up and down season for all of us between now and the end. So I still think it's open, man. I think that Chelsea spot is open. I don't think Leicester will be caught. Leicester are currently on 50 points. Chelsea 44. Man United 41. So we're still in 5th, 9 points away from Chelsea. That's 3 defeats, and then we have to win 3 games. It's a lot of points to catch up, to claw back. I don't think.
You know what? Just as we discussed previously, it's consistency. If you can get a run of games, this is 2 now for Arsenal, Man United.
Yeah,
if you can get that third,
that needs to then be 6.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Right now, at this point in time, 4, 5 at least to see what's going on.
That's not going to happen though. That's not going to happen. We just have to be real. And Leicester won't be caught. I don't think. I just think that. But the Chelsea, and obviously if it stays with the 4th and the 5th spot. Being that Champions League ones because of City, I think those 2 spots are open for anybody, man. I think they're open for anybody, even Arsenal. Even Arsenal now, if you like you say, you can get a few wins together. But it will be funny, man. It's going to be interesting. Someone's going to be on this show at the end of the season are going to be distraught, and the next man are going to hold no punches, boy.
I don't think we're going to be distraught though. I don't think we're going to be distraught. Well, I think we know where we are and what we're doing for this season.
Yeah, but they're still going to come. They're still going to come.
People are coming for you, bruv. If we finish Champions League and you man don't,
we still got Europa.
I'm getting man because all of the man them in my group here, in my football group, were saying Man United are the weakest out of the top 6. That's what everyone was saying. We have got the weakest squad out of the top 6. We've got the worst manager out of the top 6. All of this, but yet we're still showing a little bit more than the rest of you at the moment, and without our best player that's been missing for the whole season.
Do you think Tottenham needed to have beaten Chelsea just to open up a little bit more?
I thought that they would get a result.
Yeah.
I thought that they would get a draw.
It was a heated game, man.
But I think they got played. They got played off. Not played off the park, but Chelsea were well worth their win, man.
And the fact that foul of Celso, man. Oh, man.
How is that not a red?
How is that not a
VAR? Come on, man.
So let's segue into VAR.
No, it's not even the VAR. It's the person who's behind a computer. What are you looking at? Why aren't the referee going to the monitor to look at the screen? I don't get it.
First and foremost, and we've had this discussion about VAR and rare-to-tear about the laws and stuff like that. This one, point blank, is a referee decision just gone wrong. That ref needed to see what happened.
In Stockley Park, you're talking?
No, on the pitch.
Oh, on the pitch.
He should be seeing that. That on the shins. It's not like a foot where you can be like, that's shin high. That could, like Mike Keown said, you can snap someone's shin like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Then it's gone to VAR. So whoever's at that park must have been on a toilet break or something, or ran to wash his hands. Something he was doing, and he missed it. And they didn't grow the balls to just be like, yo, this is a decision being made, because Aubameyang's one was it was a bad tackle. It's a red card. They've reviewed it. It's a red card, fair enough. But this is shin high, man.
But you know what I heard? That they've come out, and it was during the game that they came out and said that they made a mistake.
But that's what I'm saying. What was the guy doing? Eating donuts or
crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I don't. You know what I think has happened is he's made the decision, and then his superiors have looked at it across, and they've said, "No, you've made a decision."
Go and use the screen.
Somebody's alerted them and has called him on the phone and been like, "Yo, Mr. Watson, my man at Stockley Park has made a howler. You need to get down here quick and come and check out. And we need to sort this out because we're gonna get a hammering for this."
But as a ref, why aren't you looking at the monitor?
Yeah.
But you know what though? What is interesting is this is the issue with this type of refereeing or these type of decisions, is it is still down to interpretation. And if anybody who was watching the game, when listening to the commentary and the commentators, I can't remember who it was who was commentating now. Was it McManaman? I can't remember, but they weren't saying that it was a red conclusively.
They were saying it wasn't conclusive.
Yeah, and they were saying, if it was given a red, you couldn't have any complaints. But I think it's the right decision. So you can kind of see, with these type of decisions, this is where it's still down to human interpretation.
With those type of challenges, first and foremost, it has to be penalised as a red, because you want to avoid those type of challenges. So there's a precedent that needs to be set. And it has been set. Now, where the gap is, for me, is just the referee and the support that's needed for him to come to that decision has just been poor. Referee needs to use the screen. They're not using the screens. We've been talking about this screen. I don't know what the screen is all about, and they're not using it. And the referee's just had a howler. And for me, it just set the tone of the game as well, because then on he weren't really giving decisions where there was decisions to be made. It was just like, oh, I don't want to give that as a yellow, 'cause I didn't give a red there. You know what I mean?
You set yourself up.
Set yourself up, and he's an experienced referee. You know what I mean?
It was Glenn Hoddle actually who was in commentary.
Is it?
Yeah, it was Glenn Hoddle.
Of course. That's a bit biased.
And then they were talking about, and he was like, yeah, you can see he's trying to drag the ball back. But I was in my head, I was thinking, not all bad, like we're going on like all bad challenges are intentional. They're not. A lot of bad challenges that we see are just mistimed,
or just miscontrol the ball,
and then you're trying to think, and then you think. So I'm thinking it doesn't matter whether man was trying to drag the ball back. He stepped on man's foot, and it was a bad challenge. So
I did a refereeing course, and the referee said that the most times that a referee would give a red or a serious booking or whatever is due to mistimed challenges, bad control that leads to a lunge or something that. And that's what we're seeing, man. But there's just consistency, man. You just need to be consistent.
Even in the City and Leicester game, you see De Bruyne is in the wall. Maddison takes the free kick and the ball hits his hand. Now, I think they're trying to say because he was trying to protect his face, but the ball didn't go nowhere near his face. And then they've not given a handball. And then Leicester get a penalty given against them for a handball in the box, where the man's turned his back and hit his elbow. I think it was a penalty, but the De Bruyne one was a penalty.
They've got to be
When
consistent.
you watch it, and it's clear as day, hit man on his hand.
Got to be consistent.
You know, and this is from a free kick, so he's 10 yards away. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was 5 yards away or 4 yards.
I think the misconception of VAR, and this is for everybody, I'm sure that they feel the same, is the fact that you think that because it goes to VAR, some machine is going to tell you like, yo, this is a free kick or this is a foul, this is a penalty. No, it's still down to interpretation of an official that's sitting in a back room somewhere, in some dark back room, and still looking at the screens and making a decision. So whatever they're feeling upon that time is what they're going to give. So that's where people just need to just shake this VAR business off. Listen, I love VAR in the sense that it does get the right decisions, but it's just the way it's being used, man.
Yeah, it's not being used right at all.
It's just not being used right.
What I think is, look, VAR, what does it stand for? Video Assistant Referee, So you've got a referee who's reffing the games. So what VAR should be is to help that ref. To give him an opportunity to review something over and over again.
You ain't lying.
So take Stockley Park, man. Give him his P45 and say we don't need you no more.
Don't need you.
Because we're gonna give it back to the ref. Give the referee, say to the ref, okay, you've got a minute or whatever to review this incident
on the monitor
X amount of times, and then make your decision.
I think it's a question of pressure for the referees. No doubt about it. Because the time that it will take them to go to where the screen is, you've got 60,000 people in the stadium, you got 2 managers here, you got the bench. They're not going to be able to, they're going to crumble.
Or maybe give them a little bit more time, maybe 2 minutes, but it needs to go back to the ref.
Put like a hood over the screen, and then you just there, make up your mind.
Something like that.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what I mean? Because if the referee can do that, then if the referee makes a decision which is right or wrong, at least we know the refs make it, because it's just going back to old school, isn't it? Referees make decisions right or wrong. So this referee has decided that was a red card, or he's decided it wasn't. At least I think at that point, us as fans will be like, okay, we know what the process is, we don't agree, but referees would have been making bad decisions since the beginning of time, so we can live with that.
We can live with
it's
that.
Now it's the next man in Stockley Park making a bad decision, and it's not the referee. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I would like to see happen with VAR next season for these type of incidences. I think the offside thing it's
debatable.
Yeah, that one, if they can introduce a grace period, a grace distance or something, like I think what Arsene Wenger's talking about.
I kind of like that a little bit. I like that.
Yeah. Gary Neville don't, boy.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't.
Gary Neville ain't feeling it. He's like, offside is offside. He's like, this is crazy if we go down this route.
The thing about it is, like, I don't think Wenger's situation is a solution. It's just an alternative. because it will still take the time to go and review it. It's still the same issues, but he's giving a suggestion. At least someone's trying to do something.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we're gonna wrap up today. What I do want to know, though, man, you guys are watching. Let us know what, because we're all talking. Everyone's got something to say on VAR.
Yeah.
Let us know what you would do in the comments below next season to make VAR better. I want to hear from you, man, because everyone's got something to say on VAR.
Yeah, everyone's got an opinion on it.
Everyone's got an opinion. So let us know what you would do next season with VAR to make it better. And then, yeah, man, that's episode 29. One away from 30. Consistency, man. And people, I've got a couple new shows coming out, yeah? So stay tuned for that. We've got the Liverpool show coming. I'm going to drop that this week. That's fan views. So that's specific to Liverpool podcast. And then we're going to do an Arsenal one, Man United one, Chelsea one, etc. And then I've got 2 more episodes coming. Views from inside, where I've interviewed two footballers to get their views from inside the game and what goes on behind the scenes. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, man, please, if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Hit us up on the social media, Twitter. We're active on Twitter and Instagram, especially at Views TV Official. Don't forget to hit up my man Dash's page.
A Dash of Sports.
Yeah, man. Don't forget to hit that up. And also, man, check out Jason on Twitter. You've got the socials down there in the beginning of the video because he does chat a lot of rubbish. But
this guy, man, don't do my guy like that, man.
This guy.
we have some joke on Twitter, boy. We have some banter on Twitter. Yeah, man. At some point, the football challenges are going to be coming to a screen near you soon as the weather starts perk up, and certain man are gonna get roasted. And I'm gonna be relentless in my trolling of Jason when I show him up. But anyways, to my man, I won't even say. I'm here with Dash and Jason. I really appreciate you guys coming through. Episode 29. I hope you lot have enjoyed. Share it to your people, share it to your friends. And until next week, we are out.
Peace.